So I welcome you back to Rimworld, everyone. My name is GT, I'm your host, and today we're doing another episode of Rimworld. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. So last time this building over here wasn't as far as it was, or it is, right now. A couple of changes have been happening, and one of them is the expansion of the base. The base has been slightly expanded. We've got this big community area in the middle, and we have got the nice sleeping room for Rick and Ilse finally finished. So this happened in between episodes. Furthermore, not really anything has happened. We've got now our first research done, so we're capable of putting down some windmills and producing electricity. So let me explain what my idea is for the base right now. We are expanding to the bottom, and we've got a big pathway on the top side. Also, I want to make a refrigerator. We nearly have got the research finished, so it may be time to start working on the actual refrigerators. These ones are going to be built inside the mountain as well, and I want to have them near the community area, because this is the place where our cook is going to be as well. And if we've done that, well, then our cook will have maximum efficiency and we will get loads and loads of stuff out of it. So let's get going, and let's go over to the architect tab. Well, first off, we can also plan things out for so far I know. Where this button was, I'm not sure, but it should be somewhere around here. So I found it. I found the actual plan button, and with this we can decide what we want to have at which location. So let me just plan this out right now. First off, well, we're gonna have a room over here from 6 by 5. A similar room to Rick and Ilse. We can also make it smaller, and let's do that for now, because I don't think we're gonna get any more of those sweet couples in here for the time being. I'm not really searching for a new citizen, so I'm not really worried. And now we can remove those plants, and that is going to be our next room. Well, that's very nice, but where is our cooking station going to be? I was thinking, well, why not make it right next to the door or the room right over here? This place is perfect for it. We can even build out to the side and make it look like a little nice area over here. I'm not really sure how it's gonna turn out. Honestly, I really don't know, but I've got a feeling it's gonna be alright. And then the refrigerators can be right on underneath, or maybe to the side right over here. So our refrigerator is going to be fine. I've placed a large area just underneath the kitchen. This area over here on top is the kitchen. This is the little room, and then underneath we've got one big refrigerator. But I want to change it just slightly bit. I want to make sure that this refrigerator is going to be separate into 3 parts. One of them is going to be for our groceries and the other one for meat. Because I like my meat and my groceries separated just for the purpose of having more room for the meat. Because meat is important. Then the third one is going to be for medicine, because medicine is actually really important as well. I got some coffee here in my hand as well. This doesn't count as medicine, but I really like it. So, if it was possible to produce coffee, I would have had a 4th refrigerator as well, just for coffee. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. We've now got the final shape of these refrigerators. The first one is going to be this big one over here, and of course it's going to be for the groceries, because the groceries are most likely gonna take up most space. Right next to it, we've got the one for the meat. The meat is very important. It makes you gain weight, build muscles, which currently I do not have. Really sad, I know it. Sorry. And then last but not least, on the other side, which is going to have an entrance on the other side as well, is going to be the one for the medical supply, because this right over here is going to become our medical wing. And believe it or not, that is more or less what is going to be built in this area. So now that we actually have got some electricity, we can finally replace those torches with some actual lights. These ones are going to be pretty, and I'm sure of it that our citizens will love them. So we placed a couple of them inside. Now it's just up to us to connect the power conduit, and my idea is to get it going in the back or maybe the front, because the front is easier to get to for our tribemen, because most likely those corners in the back there, they're not gonna be able to build a conduit power line there. So we make it go through the front into the room from Ilse and Rick. And there we go. So now it's actually time to start digging out the area for the kitchen. The kitchen is very important. I want to move the outdoor stuff inside as quick as possible. It's a bit safer, and I want to have these storage parts done as soon as well. Of course, soon we're going to be able to actually make those very nice air conditioners, because Stella is working hard on it. She is nearly halfway. So, Ilse and Rick, get on working, because this is your job. You're the minus, and I'm just gonna make sure you can reach it by removing this. Since I myself, I'm not really into digging that much, but I like creating awesome stuff. And for that reason, I want to get to the more floor step. I actually want to build a community area right here in this big square. And for that, I want to have some good floors as well. So we're going to build 3x3 squares of nice light wooden floors in the corners. That's just going to be the beginning part, and then we can finish it up by placing some vertical wood floor right over here. These ones are going to give a really nice image, just like we did with the rooms over here, with the wood on the outside and the nice smooth stone floor in the middle. So there we go, just one more to go, and we're ready to go on to the next step. I want to add some more in the middle as well as on the outside part, and then the floors in the middle, which we haven't done yet. Well, we're just going to smooth them out. Yes, I've got a smooth out floor tool, and there we go. That's going to be our community local area where we can eat, have fun, and be at our very best. Oh, and apparently they walked around. Sometimes these tribemen are smarter than I am. Well, you did a good job. And before I head off, we have detected an escape pod crashing nearby. Let's have a look at it. It's still breaking open, and it is Xiao. Well, Xiao, let's see his social gear. His character skills are quite low, except crafting, but we've got me already, so we are not gonna need him. And yeah, he's actually feeling quite good. He's got low expectations. He is in exceptional pain, but he actually likes it. That is really good. And he is nevertheless feeling good, although his torso has got a scratch, his right leg has got bruises, and his left tibia, not sure if I can pronounce that, has got a crack. Ooh, that's going to be the most painful one to my opinion. But surely the game thinks different about it. So our first windmill can be built. Yes, our very first one, and it's going to be placed right over here. I'm planning on making another one here as well, just right next to it, so let's place it down with the previous one we just placed. Then with the floors we can make some paved tiles, just walk in front of it, and that pathway can then be connected up to the doorway. And now that we're at it anyways, let's make sure that the pathway also continues up to the little outdoors area. Now that this is all connected up, we also have to connect the power conduit, and the power conduit, well, that's going to be an easy one. We just drag this one all the way down into the mountain, and from that point on it can be connected up to the local wire. This will more or less reassure that our lamps are going to run and we can get rid of those annoying And unfortunately, Over wasn't able to stop himself from feeling terrible. He's wandering around in sadness, and luckily for us, he's not breaking anything. What has happened to Over? Well, I might have got some guess. Let's see. He's been rebuffed by Stella once again. Oh my gosh. And he is terribly hungry. Well, there's some food outside, but he doesn't like to eat it raw. So I guess that is more or less the problem. I guess we got to hunt some more animals quickly, or we may be in trouble. So to make sure that we actually have some food, let's just prioritize butchering at the butcher's table. Hopefully this will actually give us some food, and Over will no longer be wandering in sadness. The food is a real terrible problem, but luckily the rice plants are nearly grown, as well as the strawberries, and the strawberries we can actually eat without having to cook them beforehand, which is really favorable. But the rice, it's gonna cause for trouble, and our refrigerator is not done yet. It's gonna take just a little while longer, so in the meantime, I hope we're doing alright. Let's, just to be sure, just place another power conduit all the way up to the refrigerator, because we're gonna need it, and then we can make it go all the way towards the place I'm going to use or place the cooler. And the cooler is going to turn this into a really cold. So our food supply has finally been solved again. The strawberries are harvested as well as the rice, and it seems like we don't have to worry about that bit for a little while. Furthermore, this animal, we are just not able to hit him. Ilse? That's going terrible. She's been going on for like ages, and she's now even destroying one of our wooden tables. Oh my gosh. You are such a terrible little girl when it comes to hunting. I'm sorry to say it, but you're not really good. Don't you agree with me that dogs are just amazing? Like, if you train them, they can actually do quite a lot of stuff. And I'm actually really excited about how good they actually are. I normally don't really use them that much, but since they can haul stuff, it just works really good. They just hop in, hop out, and they take the boulders out of this place in no time. I feel sad that the other citizens are actually still getting rid of those stones as well. The dogs can take care of it, of course. Nice. So, while the freezer is still being built, I started working on a little defense station outside. These sandbags are not going to be enough for whenever the enemies are going to get worse. Difficult enemies require more extreme measures of defense. And as I'm talking right now, we are being raided, so it's the perfect time to test this out for once. So another thing I want to do beforehand is go and have a look at the button. A group of pirates from the cannon skunks have arrived nearby. They are attacking immediately. They are coming from the side, and there are 3 of them, and they seem to be quite heavily armed. Alright. Well, my idea is to make another zone/area around this area over here. We're gonna make it animal area number 1. And we're gonna make sure that it is located right over here, just in front of our little building. Like so. This way, once we get in trouble with those enemies, the dogs will be in front of our units, taking up most of the damage that our tribe people would have had otherwise. So let's just make sure those animals are assigned to animal area number 1, and we're not gonna slaughter them, of course not. And now let's make sure that our civilians are quickly going into the huts. The hut is dark, so guns won't have effect on them as much as they would have in the light, but luckily for us they don't have any guns, so we can just try and fight them off. So the pillar is going to be inside as well, and Rick is going to be standing by the side here. So everybody go to your positions. It's time for war. Serious war, because they are coming in immediately, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a good one or a tough one, or we shall see. People are coming from all over the place, but it seems like we are a bit late. The raiders already started going into our little town, and oh, the gunfire has begun. The fight actually started, and let's melee attack them. Melee attack them as well. Let's go. Take them down. There we go. Well done. Get back into position. GT and Over have been damaged. Ouch. And their ally, that's funny, is actually fleeing. She wasn't capable to hold it out. She saw us kill their teammates, and now she is fleeing in fear. This character is not really good at anything, so we're just going to leave him to die. And the other one we're going to strip, because he may have some good items. We also have got some Wake Up, which we have to forbid. This seems to be quite dangerous. I haven't seen it before, so I do not know what it is. But let's make sure none of our villagers is in drop mode anymore. It's safe, and they can do whatever they please. Please heal up, GT and Over. Stay well. It is a sad day. We all survived. But it's raining outside. I don't like it. Well, at least we now have got the cooler. The cooler has finally been researched, and we can make the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna place it in here, and that will do for now. This should be able to just start pumping in cool air into the refrigerator, and this area will be as cool as you can have ever imagined. I used some double walls here as well, because these double walls, well, they make sure the place is way more isolated than it would have been elsewise. And now I just have to place in some floors, get some of the actual stockpile areas in there, make sure they are sorted out correctly, and then we have got ourselves a working three-way refrigerator. That's nice. That's really nice, to my opinion. Boom. There we go. The next thing that I'm researching right now is the batteries. The batteries have to be researched, because right now those windmills are not doing the job really well. I mean, yeah, they work, they give me electricity, but sometimes the electricity just drops down. There's no light anymore, since, well, they don't work all the day. Sometimes they turn off, and that's due to them actually not having any wind nearby. Oops. So, finally, let's start working on this little